Dune, if nothing else, is for me one massive work of rhythm. And, my background's in music. I studied classical music at York University, and it wasn't kind of Baroque music or anything. It was nasty 20th century, Stockhausen, Stravinsky, Berio, Lutosławski, Ligeti, all those kind of, brutal. It's not surprising I get on with Denny. And I've always been, when I was writing music, it's not so dissimilar. There's many things, I was pushing things around with a mouse, and originally on an Atari ST, using MIDI files and things. And then you start developing a kind of a sense of what's foreground, what's background, and there's a lot of similarities, but the main thing is pace and rhythm. And this, to me, is like, I'd say editing was slightly more enjoyable to me in that it's also, I've got the additional benefit of performance and working with this amazing cast. So that rhythm could be, the sound of a thumper, or it could be the raising of an eyebrow by Stephen McKinley Henderson, or the rhythm of the cuts itself, or the kind of global, bigger tectonic plates moving underneath the story, that kind of rhythm. It's got an interesting rhythm, this film, because it starts actually quite gently and builds up your interest in the characters, and then I think it's accelerative and becomes, very dynamic. You're always trying to balance letting the audience see something for themselves through the eyes of the person opposite. So you're basically giving the audience what Shout Out Mapes is seeing, in a way. It's kind of like, that's the fascination of editing, isn't it? Is do we show somebody reacting to something, or do we show the thing itself? And there's a strong efficiency to seeing something in vision and seeing somebody say something conclusively. And then the little extra weight I always find in editing, some of the weight is before or after a line. So you kind of, you don't want to just cut robotically.
I must warn you, whatever you're hiding, it won't be enough.
I've got a huge advantage, which is that Denny shoots single camera. So it means, what is the impact of that? It means that, first of all his shots are just perfect. Second thing is, I don't have 3-4 hours of material to look at. I know it's a less amount of time to process. There's less material to look at. The edit of this film somehow happens in the air between us, and it's partly periods of identifying what a problem might be, and then finding the solution, which often takes a shorter amount of time than finding what the problem is. Really discovering why isn't something ticking as it should be. And on a film like this, on these kind of scale of films, thank God you have the chance. And the pandemic, I have to say, was very kind to us, to give us some time to kind of really think without the great heat of a schedule bearing upon us for a few months, just to dream a little bit and follow our instincts and develop things, which we did a great deal.